shopping last night. And I've had requests, people wanted to know what I buy. Now, I spent £65. Now it's 3 weeks since I last went to Aldi, and although 65 sounds quite a lot of money, it will last me, a lot of it will last me another 3 weeks, but some of them are cupboard items, freezer items, which of course I will be eating, you know, like 2-3 months later. So it's difficult for me to put an exact cost on my food, but I would say about £20 a week, and that covers all my food. A little bit extra for the cats, because I do shop elsewhere for the cat food. So, do you want a rundown? Because there's a lot of it and we're going to have a bit of a rush through. And I've marked all the prices on, so in case some of the overseas visitors might be curious as to how much we pay for our food. And this is all from Aldi last night, and I got there at after 8:30 actually, and there was like 2 or 3 people in the shop, and it's just hassle-free shopping, if I find, if you go at that late time. And that's how I've been for the last few months, and that's how I will continue to do my shopping. It means really that I can't shop around for prices like I used to. I don't go to Tesco anymore, and because I don't want to get into the scrum for the yellow stickers, and also I find that Aldi's prices are cheaper than Tesco. So we've got an Aldi here, and this is not an advert for Aldi, but we've got one here that it's been there for quite some time. It's close to the town, and it's a smaller version. We've got a new one just outside the town, which is massive, and I've been there once, but it hasn't got anything more than what I already get anyway from the small shop. So I stick with the small Aldi, which is about 1, 2, 3 aisles, and that's it. So we'll get on, shall we? I'm going to have to whiz through this a bit, else we're going to be here all afternoon. I'll start at one end. So I like these potato wedges, frozen, 65p. You're supposed to put them in the oven. Now I don't use my oven. I put them under the grill, but then I turn them as well. A low grill and turn them. So I quite like them. Fruit. Well, you know I have fruit on my cereals and porridge, but this is mainly for porridge actually. £1.49 for blueberries and £1.39 for sweet cherries. So, frozen bags of fruit. I always like to have a bit in the freezer so I don't run out. So we'll go through the fridge first. Vitamin D, chestnut mushrooms, 79p. Am I holding this in the right place? More or less. I could come a bit closer, couldn't I? So, 79p for mushrooms. These are the chestnut mushrooms. Little gem lettuce, 45p. Watercress, spinach and rocket. Now I got 30% off there, which is better than nothing. So 44p I paid for that. And another 30% off. This is spinach. It's spinach, pasta and something else, but yeah, 97p, but that's with the 30% off. I really like that. You know, I could probably make pasta from a packet and it would be cheaper. But I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. So I do like a few things that I can move from the fridge to the plate and cut out the cooking bit. So, cheese and chive dips. I do like dips, and I use these on salads and steamed vegetables and anything. I'll spread it on bread. So cheese and chive and onion and garlic. These are 75p each. I think that's a little bit expensive actually, but it's cheaper than you can buy a big selection box. If you buy a selection, you always find that there's one in there that you don't really like very much. So, I do like hummus, and I could probably make it, but this is caramelized onion hummus, and it's 79p. Can you see me, Mother? I brought one of these pots of, it's soya yogurt, 85p. Now this is a vanilla one. I tried it before with a blueberry one. I wasn't that keen on it actually. It just has like a soya taste to it. But I thought, well, I'll try this one. It's vanilla. It's 85p. So I also have the Greek style natural yogurt, which is 45p. So moving swiftly on, cheese. I'm a bit of a cheese addict, trying to cut down but finding it very difficult. So I like this West Country vintage cheddar, and it's really strong and tasty. That one is £1.99, and I will use this sparingly, and because it is quite tasty. And I've got some more cheese here. I like to have 2 or 3 different cheeses. So I've got British double Gloucester slices, £1 19p. Onion and chive flavour. And I've got, I like French brie. I don't know if it's made in France, this one, it possibly is. But yeah, produced in France, and 79p for the brie. So, mushrooms, more mushrooms. These are small button mushrooms, and 79p. I use them a lot in salads. I eat most of them raw. I will cook the brown ones, but eat them raw. So, puff pastry, cheese and onion rolls. Now 6 in a pack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. £1 and 9p. And I will put one of these with a salad, or even put it on a plate and add something else to go around it. So I consider that is 6 meals with something added. More cheese. I like to have this soft, reduced fat garlic and herbs, because sometimes I'll put that on crackers, sometimes I'll put it in, when I'm cooking mushrooms in a pan, I like garlic mushrooms, so I will put some of this in and some garlic granules. So that one is 49p. It's a cheaper version for there's a well-known make for this soft cheese. What's it called? I can't think of it. But this is like a cheaper version, but just as good. Am I doing well for this advert for Aldi? Oh dear. So yes, Nord pack. Now they're very crafty, Aldi. They make their packaging looking like the original. So this is not Lurpak, but it's a lot cheaper and it's really tasty. So it's £1.55, it's spreadable. So this is all I use for spreading, and that's all I use it for, spreading really. And there you go. I love that on toast. So where are we up to next? Frozen. Well, they've got this new line in, plant menu, spicy bean burgers. I don't eat much pre-processed food, but if I've got a pack of these in, there's 4 spicy bean burgers in, then I'll grill one and then add, as I say, add something else onto it. So £1 15p for these. So that's 4 meals with some salad or with some vegetables. Mix and match. And potatoes. Well, potatoes are very cheap for a bag of them, but I quite like this. It's chilled, and it's got a date on till March, middle of March, and there's 2 portions in there for me. It's in a bag, so I just warm half of it up in a microwave, and it's quick, easy, convenient, and I like the taste of it. So sometimes I'll put that in my microwavable dish, put a handful of frozen peas on it, and eat it just like that. My cat likes to lick out the bowl. She basically loves that taste, and she's waiting for me. Have you finished? Have you finished? But so eggs, yes, eggs are 85p, large eggs. Now, at one time, ages ago, I used to have 2 eggs at a time, but now they seem to be quite big, these large ones, so I only need 1 egg. So 6 eggs is 6 meals added to something else. That's the way I think about things, you see. How many meals can I get out of it? Wonky blueberries. I don't very often buy fresh fruit. I do sometimes, yeah, I do sometimes, but they're handy for snacking on, really. 89p for wonky ones. I'm not bothered whether they're wonky. Blueberries, 89p. So, what's next? Broccoli. Got to have the broccoli. 47p. Right? Got to have the broccoli. Important. Broccoli is important. Stock cubes. Now, a couple of weeks ago I did buy some Oxo stock cubes because I wasn't near Aldi, but now I've bought these, 35p each, and now I'm stocked up with stock cubes, vegetable stock cubes. Treats for cats. Oscar likes these, so a bit pricey, so I break them up. They're sticks and 79p, so I break them up into very small pieces, and he loves them. That's Oscar's treat. And also, my cats get, for a treat, they get tuna fish, because they're worth it. So 75p for a tin of tuna fish for the cats. I don't eat it, because I'm a veggie. I don't eat meat or fish. So, smooth peanut butter. Now I like this one because it is 100% nuts, right? There's no palm oil, there's no sugar and no salt, nothing. It is naked nuts. So it's 125. I do actually make some peanut butter myself in the blender when I feel like it. I've got peanuts in the cupboard there, but I quite like that one. I'm a bit of a devil for dipping in and dipping in. So that actually sits here, and I dip into it. Naughty, I know. Now this is a bit more expensive because it's a small jar. It's £1.69, but it tastes so good. It is crunchy almond butter. Almond butter, again with nothing added to it. 100% nuts. So £1.69. Sauce mixes. These are, I've just made a stew actually, and I put one of these in. cheese sauce mix, 21p. So handy to have. And also, a similar thing is the macaroni cheese pasta and sauce, 37p. Now, I'll make a stew which is some vegetables, but I'll top it up with this. I'll add this to it. So I've got macaroni in a cheese sauce in with my vegetable stew. So, and it's only 37p. It just, different flavours, it makes a change. Mill seeds, milled linseed. This is a bit of an expensive way of getting seeds actually. I do have some in the cupboard. In fact, I've bought some seeds as well. But it's goji berry, sunflower and pumpkin seeds, £1.79 for my breakfast cereal. And talking of seeds, I've got pumpkin seeds, £1.29, and whole chia seeds, £1.35, all for my breakfast cereal, either porridge or on the bran flakes. And what's next? I've given up cooking rice from scratch, you know, like dried bag of rice. Oh, it's too much of a faff, it takes ages. So I buy it sort of like this, it's in a vacuum pack, and it is ready cooked. So this one is special coconut rice. So it's ready in 2 minutes. So what I'll do is open that and get the amount out that I want and add it to something else and then store it in the refrigerator and get several meals out of that without the fat. 59p for tortelloni, 3 cheese, made in Italy. Now I count these out actually, 12 or 13 in a meal, so I can get about 3 meals out of that one pack for 59p. And we've got noodles, and I've had these before, 55p for, there's 2 bags in there. These are ready to cook now, very quick. But I've also bought some medium egg noodles which are dry. These are 45p, but they only take 4 minutes. So I've got a good variety of noodles. Oh no, I've spent a bit of money here. Organic cocoa sugar, £1.49. Now Aldi do seem to have quite a good selection of sort of what I call decent food, and this is a healthy and better for you food. So a lot of it is expensive, but I've had this before and it is very nice, and I can't have coffee without sugar, so I'm hoping that this is going to be better for me. I don't add sugar to anything else, you know, it's only for the coffee. I don't make anything sweet, I don't bake, I don't make puddings, so that's going to last a while, isn't it? So it is £1.49 a pack, but it is nice, I've had it before. And tins, I didn't get many tins, I don't really stock loads of tins, but mushy peas, 22 pence. Right. Chickpeas, 30 pence. Chickpeas, these things are quite versatile. Now, spaghetti hoops, 13 pence. If I open a tin of something like that, or that, I will use half of it and then put the other half into a coffee mug and it goes in the fridge. You don't put tins, opened tins in the fridge. So, you know, that will do. I sometimes add half a tin of this to a stew. It all gets used up in some way. Now, almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. So I've had soya for quite a long time, but once I've tasted this almond, It's 75p. It's a bit more expensive. I prefer it. So 75p almond unsweetened. Always unsweetened. If there's a choice, I have it unsweetened. And what's next? Well, a bottle of wine, of course. This is only £3.99, and it's Chardonnay, and it's from I don't know where it's from actually. Yeah, it's nice. Anyway, Southeastern Australia. Thank you, Australia, for your Chardonnay. So I've got some. I really recently discovered this. I don't like buying plastic bottles of drink, but you know, I like to have changes. So I tried this once, and it is lovely. It's apple and elderflower flavoured sparkling water. It's probably got one or two nasties in it, but it's 30p, and they only have a small glass, and it's really refreshing. I do look at labels. I don't understand half of them, but I do look. So, apple and elderflower. I would say, if you've not tried it, give it a try. It's refreshing and a nice flavour. So, bananas. Moving swiftly on. These were 69p. I don't normally buy a bag of bananas. I'll just sell them separately, and they're 13 pence each. Now I had a rummage through the big box of single bananas, and if I do get them separate, I want to buy the biggest there are. But I didn't see any big bananas, so I rummaged in the other box with the bags and found some really big bananas. 69p for 5. So what I'll do is I'll just use half a banana for my cereal or whatever, and I'll store it in the fridge. Put the other half, leave the other half in the skin and put it in the fridge and use it the next day. So, carrots, well, what can you say? British carrots are lovely. 27p, you've got to have carrots. So, we're coming on to the naughty stuff now. Bread, 75p, superseded farmhouse. I really like that. Do you know, I don't know what they put in this bread, but it does last a long time. I can put it over there in the corner, and I'm finishing that 2 weeks later, and I'm inspecting every bit of it to make sure that there's no mould growing on it. If there is any mould, you just cut it off. But the last one lasted almost 2 weeks. I mean, I have got some in the freezer. I could put the whole thing in the freezer. But I do like this soft bread with seeds in. I like my seeds. So, fruit loaf. 75p for a fruit loaf, Village Bakery. And I'm in the habit now of having a coffee in the morning, first thing, and having one slice of that, just one, nothing spread on it, so that just helps the coffee go down, and that's what that's for. One slice in the morning with the coffee. Now, don't tell me off for buying biscuits. I know, but think about it. This is for 3 weeks, and what I'm doing is cutting things in half. You see, there's 4 of these shortcake caramel things in there. Now, I can't eat a whole one because it's just so sweet. So I cut it in half, get a knife and cut it in really small pieces and make myself only eat half of one at a time. It takes some doing, it takes some discipline to not eat the whole thing. But I'm winning at that, it's working. And these are quite nice. Chocolate chunk shortbread rounds, £1.09. It's a bit extravagant. It's a treat. I am allowed a treat. Now I'll show you another treat. Oh no, I shouldn't really show you this. Triple chocolate muffins! Ah! Now with these being so big, I also cut them in half. So there's 4 there. That would last me 8 days then, wouldn't it? So it's 85p for 4. Oh, you can't really resist them, can you? Well, I could, but I'm getting to the stage now where I think, you know, life would be pretty boring if you stuck to the same rigid routine as we are at the moment. I mean, it's not very nice weather out there, so we have to take a chance and just go out when the weather improves, or stay in. There's not a lot of choice, is there? So I have these little treats, and make sure they are little. Egg custard tarts, 85p. Now I like those. If you get them from, say, Tesco, it's just about double that price. So another advert for Aldi. I do like these cheese thins, so 59p. But I like crackers and cheese. There we go. And again, all butter scones, 4 of them. I did get some a couple of weeks ago from Home Bargains, and there were 6 in a pack. These are 4 in a pack for 89p. But again, I find they're too big to eat a whole one. So I cut them in half. They last longer. And I like to suck a mint when I'm outside walking. So I get mint imperials, 45p. Cereals. These are the only 2 cereals that I buy. You'll find whole aisles in the supermarket of all these different kinds of cereals. Well, I don't want them. So brown flakes, 65p. Now isn't that a good buy? Very good and cheaper than Tesco again, you see. And I'll get these multigrain hoops. I like a few of them. Sometimes I have a few of them in a bowl with some milk in the evening. Just a little snack in the evening. And they are 85p. So I think we've gone through the whole lot now. And we must be nearly coming up to half an hour, I think. I'll just show you this stew that I made, that I'm now going to eat some more. So, big pan of stew I made yesterday. Oh, so, you know, all I put in there is potatoes, carrots, Brussels sprouts, and 3 onions. Yep, and I put one of these packet cheese sauce mixes in. Oh, I'm now going to microwave a portion and eat it. So have a bit of a close up. Can you see, Mother? Can you see that? Oh, it's absolutely delicious. Oops, nearly tipping it out there. Anyway, this is a sort of typical shop. I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't get because I've already got them in the cupboard, you know, such as my nuts, Brazil nuts, walnut halves, already got them. I got some tins of beans. I didn't get any more beetroot because I've got some beetroot, right. I didn't get any more porridge because I've got some porridge. So I'm pretty well stocked up. It will be 3 weeks when I go to Aldi again. Now I'm going to do a dog walk this afternoon, and the lady there gives me some spare vegetables that she doesn't want. She has a veg box delivered, and it's too big for her. So she puts a few things in a bag. So although I haven't got many vegetables here. I know when I go and get the dog this afternoon, she will give me a bag of vegetables. Anyway, this is me, Queen. Life after money. Bye. Now I'm going to put most of this back in the fridge. Thank you for watching.